الرحمن علم القرآن.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to another video. This is another video about compound letters, huruf murakkaba. So we are learning how to identify the letters just by looking at the half shape of the letter or the head of the letter. So here we have two letters connected to each other, and as you know that the second letter is always in its full shape, so the second letter is always easy to recognize, but the first letter or any letter which is connected to the next letter is most of the time is in its half shape, or the head of the letter is what you can just see, and you have to recognize the letter just by seeing that half shape. So let's start. This is the first letter. So the second letter is meme. It is the full shape of meme, but it is not the shape the one we saw on the first page. Hold on, let me show you here. So here is meme. This is the full shape of meme, but the one here is a bit different. So it's not because it is in compound letters. As I said, the last letter will always be in its full shape. So this is the full shape of meme, but it's different. It means that meme has more than one full shapes. So these are both the full shapes of meme. One is this and the other is this. So it's not the half shape or the head of the letter. It is the full shape of meme. It is another shape, another full shape for meme. So meme has more than one full shapes. Okay, so the second letter is meme, and the first one, this. Well, this shape, this simple shape, it can be ba, noon, ta, ya, or tha, depending on the number of dots and the position of dots. So this shape, if it has one dot at the bottom, like it has here one dot at the bottom, it's ba. And the same shape, if it has one dot on top of it, that's noon. So the difference you can see between the two is the dot. One has dot at the bottom, the one has dot at the bottom is ba, and the other one which has dot on top is noon. And again the same shape. Now it has two dots on top, so with two dots on top it is ta, and here again the same shape with two dots at the bottom. And as we talked about in the previous lesson, that there is only one letter in Arabic alphabets that has two dots at the bottom, and that is ya. So ya, if it is connected to the next letter, it has two dots at the bottom. No other letter in Arabic alphabets has two dots at the bottom. And the last letter of this shape, this time with three dots on top, this is tha. So ba, one dot at the bottom, noon, one dot on top, ta, two dots on top, ya, two dots at the bottom, tha, three dots on top. And the second letter is meme. Okay, so let's read from the beginning. The first is ba meme, ba meme. The other is noon, that's noon, meme, and that is ta, the half shape, and the other is the full shape of meme. The first is the half shape of ta, so it's ta, meme. The first is the half shape because it is connected to the next letter, and the last letter, since it is not connected, so that is why it is the full shape. Okay, now the next is ya meme, ya meme, and this one tha meme. So as we talked about, the difference between all these is just the number of dots and the position of dots. But sometimes the difference between the letters is the number of dots and the position of dots, but sometimes the difference would be the shape. For example, this letter, it has three dots on top, and the next one it also has the three dots on top. So the difference isn't the number of dots on the position of dots. They both have three dots and they both have three dots on top. But this time the difference is the shape of the letter. That shape under the three dots is different. So Tha has this simple shape, but Sheen has this W looking shape. So this shape, if it has three dots on top, it's called Sheen, and the simple shape with three dots on top is Tha. So Tha and Sheen are the two letters with three dots on top. So this is Sheen Mim. And here the second letter is the full shape of the letter, very easy to recognize. It's Jim. Let's just remove the first one. Okay, now the second letter is the full shape of Jim. Okay, and now let's remove the second one and try to recognize the first letter. Okay, as you can see now, it looks like Lam, and it is Lam because the full shape of Lam is here. As you can see, this is Lam and it's the same shape here. Slightly different, but it is because it is connected to the next letter. So, but there is hardly any difference. So the letters are Lam and Jim. Lam, Jim. Well, the second letter is the same in all these letters, but the first is different. So here the first letter, well, as we talked about it previously, that this letter, it looks like Ain and Hamza, but this can only be Ain. It cannot be Hamza because Hamza is always a separate letter. You'll never see Hamza connected to the next letter. So since this one is connected, it can only be Ain. So the two letters are Ain, Jim. Ain, Jim. And this one here, well, the shape of both these letters, it looks the same, this and this. So the first one, since it does not have any dots, it is Ha, because this shape, if it does not have dots, it doesn't have a dot on top or at the bottom, it's called Ha. So the first one is without the dot, that's Ha, and the other one has one dot at the bottom, and that is Jim. So the letters are Ha, Jim. And here the first letter is this one, the same letter, no difference at all, so it is the same letter, Ba. So the two letters here are Ba, Jim. Okay, and this time the first letter is the same. Again, it is Ba, and the other is the full shape of Ain. So it's Ba, Ain. Ba and Ain. And here the same shape, this time with two dots at the bottom. Two dots at the bottom, you know, can only be Ya. So it is Ya, and the other is Ghain. The same letter, but this time it has a dot on top. So without a dot on top is Ain, and with a dot on top is Ghain. So the two letters are Ya, Ghain. And here again the same shape, the one we saw here with a dot on top, that was Noon. So again it is Noon, and the other is the full shape of Swat. So Noon, Swat. And this one here, it's the half shape of Fa, and the other is Swat. And here it is Qaf, because it has two dots on top, and the difference between Fa and Qaf is just a dot. When these letters are connected to the next letter, the only difference between the two would be the dot. Fa has one dot and Qaf has two of them. So as you can see here, the difference is just a dot. So the letter is Qaf, and the other is dot because it has a dot on top, and the previous one was swad because it was without a dot. So without a dot it was swad, and here it is dot, qaf, dot. And one more time the same letter, it is ba, and the other is the full shape of seen. So it is ba, seen, ba, seen. And here it is ya, seen. The same shape here, two dots on top, ta, seen. Because there are only two letters in Arabic alphabet which has two dots on top. So this could either be ta or qaf, because the other letter which has two dots on top is qaf. So since it cannot be qaf, because qaf, though qaf has two dots on top, but the shape under the two dots for qaf is totally different. That is qaf. But with this simple shape, it can only be ta. So the letters are ta, seen. And here the half shape of fa, as we saw here, and the other is the full shape of qaf. So fa and qaf. And here the same letter, qaf, qaf. Both are qafs. The first is the half shape and the other is the full shape. The first is half because it is connected to the next letter, and the second is the full shape because it is not connected. There is it's not about connecting to the letter before, it's about connecting to the letter after. So since the second kaf has nothing after it, it is not connected to the next letter, so it is the full shape. But the other is the half shape because the first is connected to the next letter. And here it is sheen and qaf, sheen, qaf. That is seen, qaf, seen, qaf. One more time, ayn and qaf cannot be hamza because it is connected. So hamza is not connected to the next letter. It's ayn and qaf. And this one here, it is ha. This is the one we saw here. Exactly the same shape. That is ha. The first is ha, and the other is the full shape of qaf. So it is ha, qaf, ha, qaf. And that's it for today. We'll see you inshallah in the next video. Till then, take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.